So do you want to see what we're playing with today? Check this out first. I got the new attachment for my combi. The articulating hedge trimmers. There's the pole. And now I will have that whole setup instead of the standalone one like I talked about before. Like I mentioned before, I'd sold my regular extended pole hedge trimmers articulating to Ryan because I want just everything for my combi now. So I got that the other day, and my dealer gave me a smoking deal on it. So now that's taken care of. Couple issues with this. Here's the aerator. You guys see I got this bad boy torn apart today. Took the whole side panel off. These hydraulic lines that come up to the hydraulic filter right there, it was just hanging down there, and they kind of had it zip tied right here. I cut it off and put it back up in there where it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a mounting plate on the one part, and it bolts into the side, but that mounting plate is gone. So I pulled it up, and through the holes with the mounting plate, I put heavy duty zip ties on it, and I zip tied it up there for now. I'm going to make a plate to screw back into that I can bolt right back up to where it's supposed to be. So it's out of the way, so I don't have any issues there. But one of the big issues I was having is this pedal. That's, forward, reverse, and it, I can move it right now because I took it apart. So let me show you what I got going on under here. So I'm going to kind of show you guys this the best that I can. This right here, you'll see this moving. That goes to the pedal for forward and reverse. These ends here were seized right up. It was seized on there, seized on that one back there, and then underneath here, there's another one right here, and it goes back in. All four ends were seized solid. This wouldn't move. See how this moves? Ready? See how I can flip this back and forth, and it moves on there freely? They were seized solid. So what I did was I sprayed penetrating oil on all four of them. I let it sit for a few minutes, and there's flat spots on the sides right here. Takes a 7/16 wrench. I put it on there and I gently moved it back forward till it broke free. Then I sprayed them both, waited a second, and then now I can flip it back and forth nice and free how it's supposed to be. Same thing with this one under here. Flips back and forth, no problem. For this connection rod right here for the pedal as well, it wouldn't take grease. I took those grease fittings out of there and put new grease fittings in after I cleaned it all the built up hardened grease out of there. I cleaned it up and put new grease fittings in. Now that's good to go. Right across here is a spring. It is this spring here actually. It's still really good, nice and strong, but it was like packed together with rust, so corroded that I sprayed brake clean all over it and let it soak in there, and now it'll bend nice and free again. I'll clean it up, put it back on, but that goes right here in between these two pieces. So when you press the pedal forward or reverse, there's a safety switch in there, and it moves that back and forth. It's spring loaded. But one of my biggest problems is going from right here back to there is another piece that is my main problem, because the main issue I was having was you would press this pedal down and go forward, and you take your foot off and it would stay there. It wouldn't come back up. So you'd have to actually push down on the backside to make it stop, but then you go a little bit too much and it'd start going in reverse, and either way it wouldn't come back to neutral position like it's supposed to. So let me show you why that is. So down underneath there, what I was just showing you is this shock. Okay, it's like a stabilizer shock. So this shock, I can grab this shock and pull it out, and it stays. It doesn't go back in. And I can push it back in, obviously it stays, right? So that's the problem. This shock is shot. So my problem is I can't find one. I've been all over online. Usually I can find that stuff on eBay, Amazon, whatever. I can't find it anywhere. There's part numbers on it, and I just can't find it. I went to the Ryan aerator website, and it's almost impossible to look anything up on there. But I typed in the search box there, the part numbers on it. Then I typed in forward reverse pedal stabilizer shock. I tried all different types of combinations, and I just can't I can't find this part, but the shock itself is about 5.5 inches long, maybe 6. That's not the parts in the end. Now, I figure maybe I could just get the shock without these ends. No big deal. I can unscrew these and screw them on to the new shock. That's not a problem if I just got the shock without those. But if anybody knows where I can get this, like I said, I could pull it right out and it just stays there. And that should not happen. So that's my problem. Let's see the numbers here. It has one set of numbers. It's 523473, and it says MAECO, Mako. And then it's made in USA, and then it has another set of numbers that is H2600G1A. That's all that's on there for numbers. I don't know. But this is very important, and I need one of these. So if anybody knows where I can get one, I was thinking about going to like Napa or AutoZone or something, try to match it up, see if somebody's got one, if I can find it, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. So let me show you what's next. So I still have to adjust the tines in the back there. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I have this big flat spot right here. Nice piece of real estate right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go wake Billy up because my computer with my vinyl program, my vinyl cutter, all that stuff is downstairs in his room. So I'm gonna wake him up and I'm gonna measure this out, and I'm gonna put my logo with my phone number real big right across the back here. And I figure, you know, what better place to put it than there, use up this space I have here, and that way when I'm aerating, people can read the back of it, and they got my name and my phone number, and it'll be on the back there. So there it is. I think it looks good on there. Come out pretty nice. But you know what? Usually I'll put that all on in one shot, but I was screwing around and I was messing with the vinyl cutter, and there was an update for my vinyl program, so I let it do that, but then it disconnected from my cutter, so then I had to redo the connections, and I thought I had the vinyl in there the right way. Apparently I didn't have the tensioners on my roller supports cranked down, so it started moving sideways in there. Lucky enough, it all stayed right on the vinyl and it printed out, so it was crooked, like each piece was crooked and not straight like how it was supposed to be, so I had to cut it in separate sections and put it on there piece by piece like you just saw. But whatever, it's on there, it's straight, it looks good. But next time I just won't rush, or maybe I will.
It's too early for this.
Look everybody, Billy finally woke up. It's only frickin' 12:19 in the afternoon, and he only woke up because I went and used the vinyl cutter, which happens to be in his bedroom. What'd you do all night?
Watch YouTube. That's what
Watch
I do all
YouTube?
night. Yeah.
Till what time?
Yesterday, I stayed up until 5 in the morning yesterday.
You stayed up till 5 in the morning watching YouTube? There's nobody on YouTube cool enough to watch until 5 in the morning except for me.
Then I went to bed, and then I woke up at 11 yesterday.
Yeah, you woke up at 12:25 yesterday.
It was like 11.
It was 12:25.
When I checked my
So
phone,
who'd you watch till 5 o'clock in the morning?
Just random people. Like,
Better not say Richie.
No.
Did you watch
He's more of a, if I have nothing else better to do.
Oh my god, he's gonna see that now. It's gonna be on here. He's gonna mess you up. Alright guys, we got something else I gotta do here today. I've been meaning to do for a while and I just haven't done it. We need to take care of this safety switch. Now, I haven't sold this thing yet, and I might end up using it a little bit here in the beginning of the season. I'm not thinking that I'm going to. And if I do have to use it, I don't want this thing hooked back up because, seriously, I'm 206 pounds. And when I'm standing on this thing, even when I hit a bump, it comes up just a hair bit. And it triggers the safety switch and tries to kill the engine. How much do you have to weigh for this to not be a freaking problem? So I really don't want it on there, but if somebody comes to buy it, it should probably be hooked up. It's not that big of a deal. I will show you real quick if I can loosen this thing. Billy, hold this camera.
Muscle, man.
I'm trying, but it's like, it's not like it's, I don't know.
Man, us missing out on the gym is really...
We've been working out at home. I'm the one that put this on there, for crying out loud, because I took it off last. But you know what? It's in an awkward spot. Like you can't get in there to like really turn it.
Hey,
You
go,
know what I
bub.
mean? It's like your like arm is cranked sideways to get in there. But I don't know. I guess I might as well just hook it back up. If I can. So, if you show down, come around, come
Ow.
on this side, Billy.
Whacking me.
Right there, there's 2 little holes, and it goes into there. So let me get, it's these tiny little suckers right here. I need to get me Phillips screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Oh, you know what else I need?
What else do
I
you
need snips.
Snips.
Down here, I've been messing with
Got
this
it.
freaking thing. Alright, so there is, where's that flashlight? Grab that flashlight up yonder.
Where's the flashlight? This flashlight? This one?
Yeah.
Alright. This really bright one. Alright, bud.
So there's a zip tie that I used. Put it on there.
The zip tie, my guy.
Yeah, it'll happen. So it goes right there.
Right there.
This sucker goes down yonder.
Right down there.
If I can get it down there.
If you can.
And this goes right down like that. Yep. But
How are we supposed to get it down there?
well,
Here, push this down.
that's right.
And I'm trying to do this while hold the flashlight and the camera at the same time.
Well, now you're using your head for something other than a hat rack.
Skills.
So
Look at my camera skills.
camera skills. I got your camera skills.
Mm-mm. Not at all,
Put that screw through like that.
Sorry, I'm trying to... Oh, there.
Okay, so now you guys can see there's that safety switch. Now, when it's down and you're riding along, look at how little this has to come up. Here, click. Just that little bit right there. And that's the rest of the way. So it goes, oh, let me see this here. It goes quite a bit. So press down is there. It only comes up right there. It clicks. And that's the rest of the way. So it goes up quite a bit. But just that you hit a little bump, you're right there when you're mowing, hit a little bump, done. And that's it. So it was kind of funny. I don't know if the camera caught that, but if it did catch it, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it in there. But anyway, when I was pushing that thing back up and showing you guys it click, and I was like, listen, right here. Just as I said that, it was time perfect. I farted. And he started laughing. I started laughing. I cut the camera out. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but... you know, just because Billy's request, I'm not going to take it out. I'll leave it in if the camera picked it up, but...
It's so funny.
What do you want? My wife makes, like, amazing ham and bean soup, and that's what I had for dinner last night. We're in quarantine, all right?
Yeah.
You eat what you got to eat to survive.
It makes it even worse that we're in quarantine.
I know. Uncle Scott put a post on Facebook last night talking about he was smoking burgers, bacon, and baked beans on the grill. And I said, oh, so you're the one that bought all the toilet paper. I go, you don't eat baked beans when you're in quarantine, pal. What's the matter with you? That's like eating Taco Bell and expecting to make it through the rest of the day. You just can't do it.
Uncle, right?
Yeah, that was Uncle Scott.
Oh, it was Uncle Scott.
Yeah. So, anyway, Billy's second guessing now, and he thinks he wants to hang on to this mower and use it this year.
No. No, I do not. I do not want this mower. Like I said in the other one, If it lit on fire and exploded, I wouldn't care.
But anyway, so this thing is
Like
this thing is ready to go. That was the last thing I had to do, was put that safety switch back on. But you know, like I said, this thing really is a tank of a mower. It is built like there's no tomorrow, and it just drives and runs awesome. It's nice to stand on. Not super comfortable to stand on because the platform doesn't lean forward like all other standers, but it is pretty comfortable. It is definitely the most comfortable in the world that I've ever sat on. But I just don't like the cut. That's the only reason I'm selling it. I'm not happy with the cut. And some people keep asking me all the time. They want to know. I don't know if they just missed all the other videos. I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but I'm just not happy with the cut. So that's why it has to go for me. If it wasn't for that and it cut differently, I would keep it. But other than that, it has to go. So there's the other set of trimmer racks that have to go on the enclosed or on the open. But so... last thing I do this is redo the tines, which will still come in another video. I'm going to cut this one here, but I have to finish putting this pedal back together. I already took care of the battery. I pulled it out, cleaned the terminals on the battery. I cleaned the battery cables, and then put dielectric grease on and put it back together. So the final thing I have to do to this thing is the tines in the back, and I have to get this pedal assembly back together. But like I said, I can't do that until I find this frickin' thing right here. So if anybody knows where I can get one, please let me know. Oh, this will be coming in a video too, coming soon. Good old Grandpa Plemons sent me a care package. I'll get to that in another video.
That is. I saw that on
I'm not telling you. None of your business. Doesn't have your name on it. All right, so we're out of here. You will see Billy and I soon. And oh, real quick, somebody asked me. They asked me about my state and can I mow grass with this closing down of all businesses. There is a thing in my state. It lists number 11 on the list. It says building regular maintenance for cleanliness and safety reasons. And it's for commercial and residential, indoor and outdoor maintenance. So as far as I'm concerned, that qualifies me. But either way, it does say you can apply to be listed as an essential business if your type of business is not already on the list. And it says if you are a solo person, like you do a job that requires one person, or you are like a solo business, one person, you are automatically qualified. You do not have to apply for the essential listing. So that's what it lists for New York State. So either way, I could do what I got to do. That probably means under that part, it probably means that just me, not Billy, and I can get away with it. But or I automatically qualify as an essential business because I'm a one person. But under that number 11, it says outdoor maintenance. So either way, Billy will be mowing with me, and that's how we're going to start off. If police or anybody stop me along the way and give me any shit for it and tell me that I can't do it, I can always fall back to just me, and I'll just have to mow by myself until they lift this whole ordeal, which I hope is sooner rather than later. But you know, if all else fails, worst comes to worst, I do qualify as an essential business, being just one person by myself. So I fall under two guidelines, and the one is a definite, the other one's kind of iffy. So we're going to shoot for the iffy one as soon as we can start mowing here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks is what I'm thinking. But the landscaping definitely does not qualify in my state as an essential business. So all these big mulch jobs I have lined up are going to have to be on hold for now. But nothing I can do about that. But the mowing, like I said, I'm going to start off with Billy and I together. If somebody stops me, then obviously I can still continue to work. I just have to do it by myself. That part I know I qualify for. But we're going to see what happens. So anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.